Good morning. Good morning to everyone. I am Lia Sciortino, Director of C-Junction and Associate Professor at IPSR at Maidon University. And I am very glad to be moderating this session with very important guests on a very interesting topic. This is part of a series of events which C-Junction in collaboration with IPSR is started last month, focusing on migration in Southeast Asia. The title is Wednesday C-Junction Mobility Seminars, and we focus on all kinds of migration trends in the region. This is the second seminar, and our guest is Aranya Siriporn, and she is adjunct at the Faculty of Social Science of Chiang Mai University, and she will be talking about recent migration of Chinese to Thailand. There is a lot of information about the old migration of Chinese, and we know Thai culture is strongly influenced and integrated with Chinese culture and population, but we know much less about the recent migration. So we look forward to hearing more. Please, Jan.
Thank you very much, Rosalia, for inviting me and introducing me to the talk. So let me share slide first for the talk. I think you see the slide. Now let me, oops, okay. Slide is fine, right? Okay, let me start with this is the topic that's already told by the Rosalia. And so when we mentions about the new Chinese migration, the word that came is Xinyimin. Xinyimin in Chinese and now means that new migrant. It's referred to the people who left China since the economic reform era, so around 1980 onward today. So it's if you clarify this group, we differentiate from the old way of Chinese immigrants during period time and pre-World War II, which is a different goal for migration to Southeast Asia. And you can consider the Xinyimin in terms of the new products of the new China, as we can call it a modern China, because of what? Because of the character of the people who move. It's kind of like a better education and urbanized people, which launched after the China's open door policy. Is a regard with the mobility regimes of China and also the Chinese economic statecraft, which means that Chinese government encourage the people, their citizens, to going out as well. So sometimes when we refer to Xinyimin, it's a term that shows the official discourse during 1990 until the 2000. That's quite an encouragement by the Chinese government to say that, okay, you should going out throughout the world to search for the prosperity for their motherland. So it's part of the going out strategy and coming in strategy since Deng Xiaoping's doing the economic reforms onward. And here I show you the tables on the new Chinese migration from China throughout the world. You see the numbers from 2000 throughout the world is around 5 million, but to the 2019, 20, before the COVID-19, you see it's double 50% now to the 10 million throughout the world. Then focus in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is around this number from 500,000 people, and then in 2020 it's around 600. Around 700,000 people, and Singapore ranked number 1 Thailand ranked number 2 and Indonesia ranked number 3 for the Chinese immigration into this country in Southeast Asia. I show you a little bit during the COVID-19. You see the numbers of Chinese migration in Thailand according to visa. It's a non-immigrant visa issued by Thai government to Chinese residents. This is for the Chinese residents who live in Thailand. 2018 is about 100, more than 100 and up in 2019, but it's dropped down 50 or more than 3 times because of the COVID-19. And today is last year is more drop on this. This is because of the COVID-19. The information is from the Immigration Office of Thailand. Just show you the overall what happened for the new Chinese migration in Thailand at the moment. Okay, yes, I already told you that it's not really similar to the ethnic Chinese in Thailand, the OWF, who mostly integrated into the Thai society and already self-identify as Thai national, get a citizenship, and eventually settle in Thai destination. But for the new Chinese migrants in Thailand today, they don't necessarily to settle, to settle in permanently, but the nature of them, the nature of their movement is a more transient or temporal move, and sometimes it's just pass through Thailand to find the new goal, when success or when they change the time, when they change their life, when they change their plan. So this is a kind like the characteristic of the new Chinese migrants in Thailand, or actually it's throughout the world is kind like talking about this. And when they stay in destination in Thailand, they mostly seek for the business and economic opportunity, and of course today they pursue life quality and also the personal dreams a lot on this. It's quite like the active actor who try to find their own way to get success in their own life today. Okay, for my research that I found and take the case of Chiang Mai case, new Chinese migration, at least I can classify them into 4 types. One is business or migration for business goals. This one is include the investor, entrepreneur, and professional expertise. And for the investor is the 3rd largest in Thailand after Japan and Singapore. And the second one is education migration, who migrate for the international migration, international education. So it's all level of education that they enroll. The third one is leisure and lifestyle migration. Yes, of course, I include the Chinese tourists as well, but more on the longer stay, which is they have several group extension for the leisure and lifestyle migration. And the fourth one is mixed, because they don't come for the only one goal, but actually they usually mix their main goal with the business migration. And especially you can see the Chinese e-commerce business has been in place in Thailand, connect between Thailand and Chinese in China or elsewhere. So in detail, I go in details about each one. The first one is migration for business and economic activity. So the first group of under this type, you can see that Chinese investor in Thailand. I only have the formal information about the the company or the investor who invest in Thailand and register under the Thai national law, the Foreign Business Act. No, the first type is 100% shareholding or own 100% with the foreigner ownership. The second one is the partnership with the Thai partner. No, so it's follow the Thai national law. And the table show you that the top Chinese investor and their industrial group in Thailand mostly is on the manufacturers, rubber tire in the south, and in the Bangkok there is a location to do a trade and manufacture of other parts. This is the top five for the Chinese investor and the revenue. And the second group is the staff and professional workers. As you know that we have a lot on the Confucius Institutes who collaborate with the Thai school and the university. At least the Confucius Institute CI collaborate with the university, at least 24 university, and establish the Confucius Institute within the Thai university. So around 15 years past back, the total is around 10,000 Chinese volunteer teachers dispatched to the Thai school, more than 1,000 Thai school and university. So the number make Thailand as the world largest recipient country of the Chinese volunteer teachers. And in terms of classroom, Chinese language classroom in the Thai school and also in the university, you will see that CI contribute to the Chinese language in the curriculum and some extra activity. This group also include the nomadic employee, professional managers and experts, and also the entrepreneurial employees, part-time freelancer, and who work for the Chinese company or even the state-owned enterprise, or staff who work for the state-owned enterprise. You will see that it can be notified that this group, I don't include the person or Chinese people who didn't get the visa as the work permit or from the Chinese company. It's not include the person who apply tourist visa and renew it every 3 months, 6 months, because that's very hard to collect the information. But there are some young entrepreneur or trader or the people who came to Thailand to experience the Thai business first, especially in tourism sector. Then if they see the opportunity, they will go on. Okay, this is the examples of the business migration in tourism service in Chiang Mai. The case of a firm for 100% owned by the Chinese company. But interestingly enough, to understand this company, because this company has the collaboration with the overseas retirements of Chinese group in China, and get some funding from those in China and settle in Thailand in the forms of 100% registration, and working on the building the resource, very, very beautiful in this way in the Hang Dong district, and work for the aging service for the senior Chinese or those who the foreign senior who want to stay longer in Thailand and find some place very quietly and facility to serve them. This is the one. And the second one is a form of Thai partnership. But this one focus on the education business. โรงเรียนสอนภาษา the language, Chinese language school เจียวเหรียญ Jiulian School. Jiulian Chinese Language School is a Thai partner, and Chinese companies Louis Villa Study Center to co-op and registration under the Thai government, Thai national law. Interesting for this group is, the form of entrepreneurial employee, because this company from China is a big group. Gangda Group is not really experienced or keen in the education business at all. Gangda Group is just doing the import, export, the product, merchandise. But when they see the mother company see the opportunity in Thailand, they send their employee and give an assignment to have a look in Thailand whether or not which business could be seen as a blue sea angel to invest. So that Joey, as the employee of the Chinese company, came into Thailand and then go searching for the new blue sea, and finally end up to the education business sector in Chiang Mai, and set this company to join for the education business. So this kind of form is in place for the Chinese larger company as well. As the startup look at the Blue Sea Angel investment to invest in the Southeast Asian country, and Thailand as a case, and Chiang Mai as a case as well. The second group. And slow to change the slide. The third group is example in Chiang Mai. It's a SOE, state-owned enterprise form. Sent by the state-owned enterprise, but focus on the bookstore. Yunnan is a state-owned enterprise. Here is a Yunnan Publishing Group, established in Yunnan province. It's interesting because these kinds of business to sell book, not only book, but behind this is to follow Chinese dream that launched by Xi Jinping. So nowadays, Chinese Homeland Bookstore, CHB, in Chiang Mai City and in Northern Thailand, they already established 3 CHB bookstore launching on the ร้านหนังสือห่วงคำนึงหัวเสียห่วงคำนึงหัวเสีย is mean the Chinese homeland. To think about, to nostalgia, to have a feeling about the motherland. So the plans of this SOE, you see that 3 already established in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai has 2 bookstores, and Chiang Rai at the CI, at the Mae Fah Luang University already established this bookstore. And the plan is 15 bookstores will be established outside China, 5 already established in Mekong region, 3 in Thailand, and the other 2 in Myanmar, Mandalay, and also in Vientiane. So it's linked with the ethnic Chinese, or the old wave of ethnic Chinese in Myanmar and in Laos, to set up the bookstore and to serve the state-owned enterprise, and to serve the Chinese dream, to tell the good story to the world about China. Okay, the last group for the business migration is the individual entrepreneur. Windy in Chiang Mai set up the Kung Fu Pot Chinese restaurant in the center of Chiang Mai city, and very popular in terms of the hot spicy. They have their own. She has her own the advertising on the Yunnan Guizhou Sichuan, a kind like a specific taste of Chinese food, she bring the all ingredient from China, since the infrastructure is very convenient, and also the Chinese e-commerce is more convenient to order the ingredient from China. But interestingly, for this restaurant and also for the Chinese resident in Chiang Mai, the restaurant is become a hub for the new Chinese residents who visit here. Now, not only for tasting the food, having meal together, but for the meeting, talking and share the information, share the network, or share the obstacle that they have in Chiang Mai. This is a kind of like a place of the church that they build a social network as well. So the second one is education migration. So I mean the Chinese students who seek for the international education, they enroll in our level from kindergarten to secondary education and higher education as well. And I include the accompanied guardians, mean the parents. Normally we call mama, study mother or study guardian, which includes other family member who accompany students, accompany children to come to Thailand for the overseas education. So for the level of the primary and secondary school in Thailand, we have the at least 128 school, international school throughout Thailand, according to the International School Associations of Thailand. And Chinese students enroll in the Western style English-based education. Of course, Bangkok ranked #1 because the international school in Bangkok that have a lot, the largest one. And Chiang Mai, the second largest number of the international school, only the 21 international school. And within 21 school in Chiang Mai, you found this number, the number in 2017, 18, and 19, accordingly, is about the 2,000 students receive full-time student visas under the Type ED to enroll in the international education. And under this, you will see that in Chiang Mai, we have the more than 1,000 study parents accompany their children for overseas education. This is a kind like a large number for their migration under the education. Here, some kind like a show you the activity before they came. Before they came to enroll their children to the international school, they usually have the education tour, at least for a week or for 1 week or 2 weeks or several days to do the international school touring all over Chiang Mai city to talk with the school principal and to make sure that if they enroll, if they take the kids to this school, it will be worth enough to gain more the education, some kind like that. And on the right side, you see the map. The map show you that we has done the survey research we get the response from the 220 parents who reside in Chiang Mai province, and we found that mainly they came from the eastern side, and you see the city mainly they came from the city tier 1 and tier 2. Shanghai is the most, and also the province in the Sichuan, Guangdong. Kunming also is the city that they came for the international education in Chiang Mai. At the higher education level, you see the number from 2008 to 2020. It's increased 4 times for the Chinese student attend in the higher level education. Yes, of course, Bangkok is the most popular for Chinese students and the most popular to enroll in the private university. On the right side, you see the table that around 10,000 Chinese students enroll in the private university in throughout Thailand, but mainly in Bangkok. And if you look at the number Chinese students constitute enroll in Thai university, show you the around 50% of the total in 2019 and 2020 for the foreign student population who enroll in the Thai institution of Thailand higher education. Okay, the third one on the leisure and lifestyle migration. I normally talk about the migrants from, or tourists, actually Chinese tourists who first came to Thailand as a tourist, but then later on they decide to have a longer stay. I mean the second time, third time, for what purpose? For searching for the better lifestyle or a more fulfilled way of life. Sometimes they get a different visa and stay longer to find the peaceful life here, to escape. The concept of escape is still important here because my case show that they escape from the pollutions in China, they escape from the very hectic work in China, some kind like that. So the numbers in 2019, Thailand received around 10 million Chinese visitors, I mean for the tourists, and contribute a lot for the revenue. But the new trend, as you may have seen, longer stay resident for China is a senior Chinese or retiree, and also the family group, like a single family who decided to move, to go out, to stay longer in Thailand and find an international school for their kids, and mother and father can try the job in Thailand. That's a kind of like a new lifestyle to group to note here. Is increasing gradually in recent years. I show you the number as well in Chiang Mai. Not a big amount, but gradually increase. And this increase, especially for the senior Chinese senior Chinese, is because of the new migration policy of Thai government because they aim for the specific group on the aging people who have a lot of money to spend time and money in Thailand for the stay, for the longer stay. Okay, some example in Chiang Mai. It's a couple who rent a house and some land, quite wide land, to stay for several years. Already stay in several years, and mainly to stay and to live with the peaceful nature and lifestyle of the rural lifestyle. But at the same time, because this couple has been experiencing the tourists in China and tourists in Southeast Asia, because they they was the owners of the tourist agency. That's why sometimes they post their house to be a kind of a guest house to advertise via the online to get some accommodation websites, to get some money to. The last one is the mixed goal. Those education, migration, and leisure lifestyle migration. That's the main goals. But actually, they have the plus or extra to work on the online business too. It means that Chinese e-commerce platform such as WeChat and GuiMimo are very important to them to do the sideline online business. I found two main groups who do sideline on the online business. one is the study parents or the parent who accompany their kid to study in Thailand. I call them entrepreneur study parents. And another group is the student who enroll in the higher education. They're also doing the entrepreneur things, entrepreneurial in the Chinese e-commerce as well. I call them entrepreneur student. What they practice is what it called Daigo. No? Daigo means the purchasing agent, ซื้อมาขายไป something like that, engaging in the Chinese e-commerce platform, popularly on the WeChat and Guimimo. Guimimo is a kind like a website to sell luxurious brand name and so on. It's different from the WeChat. WeChat is a kind like a individual people who have the account, and then they sell via the moments menu, sell via their own tree of the account and their own friends. They sell what? They sell Thai product and international brands of the international brand that very easily to find in the department store in Thailand, cheaper one to the Chinese customer. Snack also are popular. Thai brand name cosmetic are also popular. I said this is a sideline because their normal life routinely allow them to engage in the regular work, their main task, for example, study or to take care of their kid. But at the same time, when they have free time, they will always engage with the Chinese e-commerce, find the Thai product, international product, and post it in their platform and in their online platform channels. Gain more the market knowledge about the online business. And this combined lifestyle and working together like work routine work and sideline work associate with the advancement of the Chinese internet infrastructure and also in Thailand as well. So the improved online business ecosystem and the growing e-commerce market supported by the Chinese state, very huge now, and very the ecosystem is very effective enough to do the Chinese e-commerce. So it's now global flow on this. The picture here, I show you some example in WeChat, but look at the Thai product. Interesting, right? It's a kind of like a sacred product that's newly created in northern Thailand, and you see some sacred things related. This is happened during the COVID-19 last year, and Chinese customers are very interested in to buy this thing. Okay, almost done on this is some example how or the way that the lifestyle or the livelihoods of the Chinese migrants who resides in Chiang Mai, and not only just do routinely, but they have some kind of the social group. This is one place that they link with the religious place. Chinese Christian church in Chiang Mai is part of the place that gathers the new Chinese migrants who join in and look for the gathering, not only gathering but learn the religious knowledge too. So we found them every Sunday to join the ceremony, and also we can find them they convert, or maybe pondering to be convert, and some of them study parents not only join during the Sunday, but every week on the weekday, if they have a free time, they will join and help the church to deal with the work as well. Another pic. This one is when the parents join the ceremony at the church, the kid will will have some space to learn Chinese. And teacher, we came from the martyrs who volunteer to teach the Bible in Chinese. It's a 2 class for this church. There are 2 classes, junior and little kid. Another one, the last one is Buddhism, not only Christian church, but also the Buddhism too, but not Theravada Buddhism. It's just part of the Taiwanese and Yunnanese Chinese settler. You may know that in Thailand, in northern Thailand, we have the Yunnanese Chinese and more or less on the Buddhism Mahayana. So this one is the place that new Chinese migrant join. Okay, that's the one that a new Chinese migrant has been trained in Thai language because the temple provides some course for the new Chinese migrant as well. So this is the conclusions on the 4 categories of sentience and a more transcendent nature for the new group. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And here we are back to, so thank you very much. A lot of interesting information, and I learned a lot about the new situation. I have also some questions, but I will give first the floor to the people in the room. If you want to ask anything, please, you can write it in the chat, or you, okay, I see an hand. You can open your video, James. Yeah, okay, introduce yourself and then ask.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Panupong, and currently I am a student at Chulalongkorn University. Thank you for such a very insightful presentation on new Chinese immigrants to Thailand. Like personally, this is my first time getting to learn about the new trend of the Chinese migrants. So personally, I have 2 questions for the speaker. And the first question is, you have mentioned about the life quality and personal dreams that have been their goals for moving to Thailand. So can you elaborate more on these 2 points? For the second question is, why the new Chinese migrant prefer to move to northern Thailand rather than the rest of Thailand? Why not in southern Thailand? Why not in central Thailand? Yeah, that would be from me. Thank you in advance.
Let me answer first.
Wait, Ajahn. There is another, I give the possibility to Ajahn Sudaratu to ask. I saw her hand, please.
Yeah, thank you for your talk. It was really interesting and enlightening. I compare it to issues around Taiwan and their kind of policies around what they call southbound policy to integrate ASEAN into their economic opportunities and also university learning opportunities. And I was wondering if you can talk to the more like China's policy with regard to ASEAN. How do they, how is this really part of a combination of soft power and also economic power? And I don't know if there's any kind of military relations with regard to, practices or, those kind of things with our own government. So yeah, I'm just curious to hear from the more structural dynamics.
Yeah, and if I may add the last question before you answer, what about lower skilled, undocumented migrants from China? They don't seem, I understand this is the official visa category, but we know that there are many also that come recently more and more, and that they indeed are undocumented and lower skilled migrants. So can you tell us more about that category of migrants from China? Okay, I think with this you have quite a lot to answer. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Let me answer James first too. Personal dream and life quality is about, for example, life quality to pursue the better in international education. Because the push we can say that the push factor and pull factor, but push factor from China side is about the, you know, that the life quality in China, especially for the largest population, is about the work, you know, and the education and the business. Not today, the young generation has very difficulty to find job, proper job in China, and very competitive to find a good job, proper job to them. So as for the Southeast Asian countries, especially Thailand and other country, you may find that it's a kind of like the place that have more opportunity to pursue their dream, the dream to get success, the dream to get the economic success, to get the business success. Of course, some of them may try or may experience or experiment first to give some short time, for example, 1 year. If you see in Hue Quang, for example, only very short term visitation, very short term to deal with the economic business there. So they try to experiment in that kind of thing. If they get success, okay, they further more. But if not, they will get back to the China or somewhere else to find the more opportunity to pursue their aim. This is what I mean. And life quality, not only the economics, but also the young generation of family thinks about the quality of life in social aspect and cultural aspect too. Because in China it's very hectic now. And very, they talk much about the Thailand as, not Thailand, actually is Chiang Mai as, they have two terms. The one term is Man Sing Hua. Man Sing Hua means that you can spend slow life in Chiang Mai to absorb nature and culture, some kind like that, to feel relaxed. But at the same time, Thailand provides some more economic space that they can experiment. This is a kind of like a life quality that they can pursue. The second question is, I mentioned that they prefer to move to northern Thailand. Not quite in that way. Actually, they move throughout Thailand, but you may see that in each part of the regional Thailand, you will see the differences of the new Chinese migrant who aim to that place differently. For example, in northern Thailand, because in northern Thailand, especially Chiang Mai, I already mentioned one is Man Sing Hua, no? And another one is a narrative on the Mai Chun. Mai Chun means Chiang Mai village. Village means you can find a small place. Village means Chiang Mai is looking at by Chinese as a small place with nature and culture, but at the same time, it's quite equipped with the infrastructure. So that's why if they think of going to northern Thailand, they will think of Chiang Mai because it's popular in the Chinese media, and also the earlier migrants came back and talked in the WeChat, in the online platform about Chiang Mai in that way. But not only Chiang Mai, but Chiang Rai also. But Chiang Rai is more on the business and education. No, but in the south, not a big amount, but you will find some new Chinese migrant in terms of the business, dealing with the labor, investment, some kind like that, and maybe deal with the state-owned enterprise who work from a state-owned enterprise. But in Bangkok, they are all Thai in Bangkok. In Northeastern, it's the external factor is related to the infrastructure that connect back to China. We are now today we are talking about the train, high-speed train, but the road also. So it's a bit increasing, but not yet a form. But you can find some investor and different investment in different industry, different investment, and also the international education you can find in the university, like Khon Kaen University, Ubon University, Ubon Ratchathani University, for example. Yeah, but in Bangkok, I emphasize that you found all four types there. The third questions on Ajahn Sudaras is quite I think Chinese policy or China policy to ASEAN, yes, they have the soft power and economic power and bilateral economic collaboration also seen, but I'm not sure that in the near future and next few years, I think Chinese policy, when considering with the U.S. politics, international politics here, might be some kind like an effect to the China's policy toward Thailand too. In case of, for example, I'm not sure about the case of we import the red fruit, especially durian and the some kind like a very popular fruit for the Chinese customer, but we get stuck in between the border. We get stuck in the borderland, cannot send out to the Chinese customer yet. Some theory they said it's because of the broader international politics on the Chinese and China and US in terms of Thai government take signs, some kind like that. And soft power, we can see if you think about Chinese policy or China's policy dealing with the soft power, it's already launched since 1990 onward. Now today you can see the soft power on the CI. CI is still there. CI means our Confucius Institute, and still have some budget and funding to support the Chinese education, Chinese language, to tell a good story. A bit changed, but the mechanisms of Chinese policy, the mechanism of the statecraft, the tool of the Chinese government to apply the soft power into Southeast Asia, still there until now, especially CI, even though CI is changed in terms of the structural, because now CI is not funded by the government purely, but they have to find some extra budget to survive for themselves, for the organization in each country. But the mechanism is still workable in terms of the soft power in education. And what else? The cinema and the series, Chinese series, some kind like that. You may know that Thailand sends the series Y to China and very popular. But at the same time, you see now the cultural industry in China are gaining momentum higher and higher to, Chinese policy aim to get more money and get more reputation, like the case of Korean pop, K-pop, K-series, media, some kind like that. So now you will see that the Chinese media, cultural industry, now gain more momentum to get higher and higher, and this area is needed to do research too. The last one, lower skill from China. I think during 5 years back or 10 years back, I haven't seen the lower skill from China is notified in that way, and remark for myself too, because I haven't seen the lower skill from China. This is because one is investment industry. We have the Thai national law and Thai collaboration specific to get only the expertise or skill Chinese to deal with the infrastructure or to deal with the big industry, but lower skill cannot acceptable. This is the deal between Thai government and Chinese government. It's a kind like it's a contractual with the big Chinese company, but I cannot say that they are not lower skill from China. Because 10 years back, I found some Chinese citizens who moved from the south and try their experience to deal with the trading between the borders, which is deal with the individual trading. And I think we may find some along the border, not sure, because I don't have that kind of information at the moment since 5 years back. Thank you.
It was also reported in some newspaper, but will be interesting to look closely also to that. We have one more question, Ajahn Apichai, and then we will close after the answer. Yes, Ajahn.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Very good insight and good to know. Ajahn Aranya still working on this topic. But I have two questions. Okay, you touched on I'm just thinking of the ethnic Chinese that have settled in northern Thailand, like Chiang Mai. Of course, you mentioned about the Kuomintang, the Yunnan, who were refugees after the end of the Second World War and before the communists took over China. And of course, now you're talking about the Chinese that are migrants, the recent migrants that are actually from the People's Republic of China. And then, of course, we have our ethnic Chinese, Thai Chinese, right? Maybe yourself and others included who have settled in Chiang Mai for many, many decades or if not centuries. I was just curious, how do these three ethnic Chinese communities blend or mix or not? Or do they just live separately on their own? In other words, do the original sort of, what I would call the original, meaning people who have settled for decades or centuries. And then you have the let's say the 50 or 60 years ago when you have the Kuomintang refugee from the Yunnan and all that. And then the new ones. In other words, do they mix at all? Do they interact? Or do they just live in their separate worlds? In other words, are there three different Chinese communities in northern Thailand? Or are they one integrated one? I don't know. I'm not, you know better. I live in Bangkok, so I only know what about Khoi Kwang and in Yawarat. So I don't know about the situation there. Okay, that's question number one. And then the question number two, you touched about the Confucius Institute, and I got a news in Google now recently that I think it was just yesterday or the day before, there was a suicide female bomber that blasted a bomb at the Confucius Institute in Karachi University, killing 3 Chinese or 4 Chinese nationals. Now, of course, we are in a different world here, but the Chinese influence, especially in mainland Southeast Asia, is quite substantial, right? whether it's Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, for example. And there are Confucius Institutes, I think, I don't know how many, but all over. I think, okay, my sentiment or my sense is that there has not been as, say, so dramatic, what shall we say, sort of a resentment as in, let's say, Karachi. And I think because there's a bit of a clash of maybe cultures, religion, or whatever. I don't know what's the real reason, but, to have something like that happening in this part, in South Asia, is probably, it hasn't happened, okay? But I know that there have been also studies done by people in Cambodia or maybe in Laos, looking at how the local reaction or perception to the Chinese immigrants, yeah, positive or negative. And I think there's a sort of a low-key resentment also there, yeah, at least from the studies that have been done that I've seen. So I don't know how's it like in Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai, for example, where the Chinese settlers are, right? Especially, is there, because logically one could see that, they're coming to take over our country. They are going to even come and, set up business. They're going to rob our jobs. We are going to be, out our place, whatever, There are various reasons that one can think about. But do you sense that there is some kind of resentment? And to that, if so, to what degree? And probably more importantly, if there is, then how do we prevent it from exploding, like in Karachi? Hopefully we don't have a bomb, exploding in Thailand on one of these methods, right? So I just thought maybe you can share any your thoughts or insights on these two questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have one more question from Facebook. One is similar to Ajahn Pichai. What are the prejudices to the new Chinese migrants face while staying in Thailand? And then, so basically the response of the local population towards the Chinese migrants. And then, do you think there will be monopolized economic power run by the new Chinese entrepreneur over Thais? So again, fear of the Chinese. So please, can you answer this question? So the one from Ajahn Pichai as well as the one from Facebook, and maybe as a final one also, your view to the future on the after COVID world, in which way COVID may have influenced or not the coming or not coming of Chinese to Thailand in the next years, a little bit what we were talking before the opening of this session. So this is the final round. Please go ahead, Ajahn.
Okay, that's a lot.
Brief.
No, actually, Ajahn Pichai, and the questions on from Facebook, I have written one paper, one short paper in the perspective of the ISIS. I encourage to I can give you that paper.
Yes,
last year. In details of that paper, I answer what the main two prejudice and also the positive thinking and negative thinking, because it's more complexities in Thailand and for Thai citizens to understand the new Chinese migration, not only one way and the other, but it's a more complex, which include prejudice and more positive thinkings about new Chinese migrant. I already written in that paper, and I can share with you, to answer this. At least one on one hand is feel that, okay, Chinese coming for the monopolize and will take over all the Thai economics, Thai business, something like that. This is a prejudice. But at the same time, we feel in the ordinary people, when they interact, they find some area is quite okay, but some area, especially the intensive feeling. I give the case of international education, and at the school, international school, you found some tense between the parents, Chinese parents with the foreign parents and even Thai parents who, you know, when they interact with each other in the education area. So that would be, I give this kinds of answer because I cannot say generalization like that, but in specific area, in some area that you can, you know, have a sort of understand the more complexity of people's life when they interact to each other, and the external factor and internal factor may allow them to, you know, have a negative interaction, and sometimes it's a positive interaction as well. No, so I can share you with that paper, and that paper also answer the Ajahn Apichat, Ajahn Apichat's questions on the ethnic Chinese and new Chinese interaction with, of course, actually in northern Thailand, you have overseas Chinese two groups. One group is overseas from Fujian, Hakka, different one. It's a from Fujian, from Guangdong, from Guangxi. That's Tejiao, Hakka, Hokkien, Hainan. That's we can find it here. But in northern Thailand, we have the overland Chinese from Yunnanese, from Yunnan, and within this group, you have two subgroup. One is the Muslim, is a Muslim and non-Muslim, but they are the distant overland trader who came into northern Thailand very long time ago. And another group is the Kuomintang, which just arrived in Thailand around 1960. Two group of ethnic Chinese. Of course, they interact with the new Chinese migrant, but particularly if you have a look, because I understand the interaction in the structural level when engaged this ethnic group and new Chinese group under the Taiwan with Kuomintang, and Chinese policy who try to send out the school, because over there they have the support from the Chinese consulate and Chinese education. Hanpan and Xiaopan is over there too. Is in the highland, and have a good relationship, have a good interaction with some group of Kuomintang, the second generation, the third generation, to find the very good opportunity for their kid, for the Kuomintang or Yunnanese Chinese kid today. So on one hand, you found the very good interaction between ethnic Chinese, the second generation of Kuomintang, and also the Yunnanese Muslim, the ethnic Chinese there, have a good relationship with the new Chinese staff, Xiaopan, Hanpan, and the school, the CI. That's the one. And on the other hand, you will find the ethnic Chinese for the second generation and the first generation. I mean the very elder committees of the Kuomintang may not may not be satisfied with these kinds of the good relationship with China because of the attachment with Taiwan. That's also the ongoing process happen in northern Thailand, quite substantial for this group, substantial issue for this group. Another one is to answer Ajahn Apichat on the bomb in Karachi. I don't know yet about I didn't hear about the case, but taking CI and volunteer teacher from China as a soft power. When when Chinese policy think about soft power to contribute to Southeast Asian country, the Chinese government divide Southeast Asian country into two. One is CLMV, very clear. CLMV, no? Vietnam may be a little bit upgrade now, but Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore is another bilateral. So CLMV will get Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam. During the past 20 years, until now, they get the support from Chinese government under the soft power in education, humanitarian aid, the plan for economic aid, some kind like that. The plan for no interest, some kind, the kind like a support from the Chinese government. But for Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia are totally different in terms of bilateral collaboration. So take the case of CI in CLMV and in Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia. I think the recipients like Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore is not really, but Vietnam, totally different situation to receive the help, to receive the soft power from China under the CI. I can say that. That's all, I think. COVID coming, ใช่ไหม
Post-COVID.
Post-COVID, this is what I refer to the survey in China, since we have the news from Thailand that we are reopening Thai border to receive tourists. Chinese people talking a lot in the Chinese platform, saying that, oh, now I don't think we can, I think around 75% decided not to come at the moment. Yes, of course, because now Chinese government still apply the zero COVID policy. So it's very hard to come here. But I don't know, maybe in the near future, post-COVID, they will come because they, as a tourist first, Chinese tourists will come to enjoy time, relax time here. And actually, Thai government and Thai economy, tourism sector are willing to get a huge number of Chinese tourists to visit Thailand because of what? Because in 2019, the influx of Chinese tourists came, right? And a big amount of revenue is very huge, the big largest that we get. So they want to keep that in that way. But another factor is an internal factor during 2 years in China, and domestic tourism in China are growing with the very more upgrade domestic tourism products and service, which means that the demand from Chinese tourists to get the product and service from tourism sector in Thailand, it may be a more, higher demand, and Thailand will face such kind like the Chinese tourists that not being the same, like the case of mass group. No, they will not come in that way anymore. They are more sophisticated to travel now and more sophisticated to demand the tourist sector to give the, plus product and service to serve the sophisticated customer. So I think in Thailand, we should improve these kinds of the tourism section to prepare for this too. I mean, for the Chinese tourists. But as of course, we should be our own way. We have our identity, we have our own company, we have our own identification to be our own yourself. So how to balance it, not just to serve the customer fully, something like that. Yeah, but sustainable tourism would be the goal as well. Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay. Thank you very much for this very interesting and a lot indeed of new information and new details about the old Chinese as well as the new Chinese, as well as a projection for the future. So with this, I thank you very much for being willing to be with us today. And for those who follow us here, I remind again that in 2 months is a bi-monthly event. We will have again another of this Southeast Asia, Wednesday Southeast Asia Mobility Seminar, again with another interesting speaker that will explore less known angles of migration in Southeast Asia. I thank you, my colleague from IPSR, Institute for Population and Social Research at Maidon University, who collaborate with us, with C-Junction, in this very important series of events. And I hope you also spread the news with other friends so that we will have more people watching us in the next event. So once more, thank you to all those involved, and hopefully see you again very soon. Ajahn Siranya.
Ajay Vadika. Yeah, thank you very much for all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ajahn. May I, Ajahn?